Since 1962, the Sacramento Observer has been the publisher of record for the African American community in Sacramento. Each week for the past 50 years, the Observer has been a reassuring and constant presence in the life of Black Sacramento. The Observer has been the chronicler of births, achievements, unions, events, and the mournings for the Black community and beyond. This unique institution has served many roles: convener, critic, arbiter of disputes, and the catalyst of many of the events that have shaped and defined Sacramento. Its publishers, Dr. William and Catherine Lee, have been as constant in the community as entrepreneurs and as activists as the paper itself. As the Observer celebrates its golden anniversary, Dr. Lee and his son and successor, Larry Lee, join us to remember the past 50 years and share what's next for America's most decorated Black newspaper.
The Sacramento Observer is celebrating its 50th anniversary reunion celebration, an unforgettable year-long observance designed to allow the community the opportunity to engage with notable Black achievers in a myriad of environments that foster cultural and historical enlightenment, relationship building, introspection, and learning. Proceeds from the various anniversary events and venues will help to underwrite an innovative and comprehensive digital restoration project of the Observer's photos, articles, publications, and other memorabilia. This digital journal of contemporary African American history will tell the story of the region and preserve it for generations to come.
I had no interest in the fire service. In a sense, I hardly knew it existed. And these close friends, who were all firefighters, they insisted that I take the exam and join them.
By 1966, Ray had moved to City Hall as an inspector and later fire marshal.
It was always very important to me to enforce the code the way it was supposed to be, the way it was intended to be enforced.
She began her career teaching music.
I never would I have dreamed that I would be doing this kind of thing at this point in my life.
Now at 83, Edith Roberts is teaching history.
They want to know, are there any original Tuskegee Airmen still living? I say, yes, you're talking to one. And you get this pregnant pause,
She's carrying on the legacy of her husband, Colonel George S. Spanky Roberts, and the other African-American pilots who served in World War II. They are known as the Tuskegee Airmen.
And this is called an Indian or Israeli line.
It may seem like no big deal, just a bunch of citrus trees.
You won't find this stuff in the store.
And that is something Judge William Morgan is proud of. His life has many moments of pride and accomplishment. He's been a boxer, a mortician, a machinist, became a millionaire lawyer, and then 27 years ago became the first Black judge to sit on the bench of the Sacramento Superior Court.
It was a new experience because you're all by yourself, and you had to be your own best friend.
I put my dream into action.
A dream of ending discrimination. Douglas Greer fighting the battle half a century because when he began, de facto segregation was a Sacramento reality.
Even the matter of buying a sandwich, you couldn't get that here.
Greer, a young man, when his sister was denied service in a Sacramento restaurant. When she tried to hire a lawyer to sue, that lawyer refused.
Something to the effect that he would be drummed out of the Corps if he took a case for a Negro.
So he became just the second African-American lawyer to practice in Sacramento, breaking barriers himself in 1953 during a luncheon for new lawyers at the Sacramento Hotel.
Betty and husband Lee didn't mean to start a store in the beginning. They had just done some traveling, to Africa mainly, and brought back some things.
And a lot of people were asking us, well, where'd you get this, where'd you get that? So we ended up finding out where we got it, and we started, bringing things back for people. And it's kind of like, we ended up with a store.
A store that features collectibles, carries African clothing.
Well, this is like a dashiki.
And everything needed for an African-American wedding, including the tradition of jumping the broom.
You didn't do things like that in 1950 and 1951, but
young Clarence Brown was up to the challenge. As the first Black editor of the San Diego High School's newspaper, he changed the masthead from white to black. But instead of becoming a journalist, he ended up at Sacramento's McGeorge School of Law.
Once I got into law school, it was, I just bloomed, to be honest with you. I graduated magna cum laude. I was #1 in my class.
And the first McGeorge graduate hired by the California Attorney General's office.
For George Stewart, his garden is like good medicine. His bonsai trees remind him of wonderful things in life.
Patience and a beauty and a dedication.
Dedicated is the perfect way to describe this man. He was born in Kentucky, but after serving in World War II, he and his wife settled in Sacramento.
You pick a place that your wife likes, and that's why I'm in Sacramento.
In 1954, George became the third black dentist in town. No one would rent him an office.
Then I had to buy a house and remodel it into an office.
George's perseverance turned into a successful practice, serving mostly white patients.
For the most part, people are beautiful. They had a toothache, they want to come in, they want to get it fixed.
Soon he became a natural leader, serving countless organizations. In 1967, he was the first African American named to the Los Rios Community College Board.
You'll find Samuel Cullors at his computer these days, writing his life story.
This is what I do all the time, trying to do a little bit on this thing so I can get it finished before I kick the bucket.
His book is called The Forbidden Voyage, Black Boys Don't Fly. It details a life of broken barriers and fulfilled dreams.
In Chicago, an airplane flew over, and my mother's out there with me. And I looked up and I said, Mama, Mama, look at the airplane, look at the airplane. There's no biplane, there's no biplanes. I said, I want to fly that. And Mother looked at me and she said, shut up, son, black boys don't fly.
In 1941, Cullors was one of the first blacks to sign up for a civilian pilot's training program to earn his license. This was before the Tuskegee Airmen. Cullors was the first black to earn a master's degree from MIT in urban planning after a supervisor told him he couldn't do it.
This has been one of my characteristics. Don't tell me I can't do something. I'm going to do it.
When you say airplanes.
If pictures are worth 1,000 words, these speak volumes about William Rutland's accomplishments.
But how do you behave? And what have you done? That's what counts.
His daughter inspired him to become the first black school board member in Sacramento.
She said, well, why don't you help make it go?
One board member's initial reaction?
She had said publicly it was a disgrace to have me as a member, meaning race. During my second tour, Genevieve would look at me to find out how should she vote.
Thank you, Stephanie.
If Irene B. West seems at ease with young children, well, she's had a lot of practice.
I had a lot of paper dolls, and I would line them up and teach them.
So you've been teaching since you were a little
I've been teaching for a long time.
This pioneer went on to become the first female African-American principal in the Elk Grove School District, and just last year, a new school was named after Irene B. West.
Join us at the comedy show on July 14th, followed by the celebrity golf tournament on July 15th at the beautiful Yochadehi Golf Course located in Brooks, California. Join celebrities from the past, present, and future for a fun-filled day at one of Golf Week's best resort courses. And don't miss the 50th anniversary gala celebration on Saturday, November 16th at the UC Davis Mondavi Center. This will be the culmination of a year-long celebration befitting one of America's premier African-American publications. For more information on our 50th anniversary celebration, visit SacObserver.com or call the Observer at 916-452-4781.
50 years of events we hope we'll never forget. 5 decades of memories we work and pray to never forget.